The Galaxy Watch 4 Classic 46mm LTE version has been in my possession now for just about long enough to give you a detailed review and showcase of some of its better features and some of its shortcomings. So I'll be giving you the pros and cons of Samsung's latest smartwatch and answer the important question, should you buy a Galaxy Watch 4 Classic now? Stay tuned. What's up guys, welcome back to Take It Easy. So the Galaxy Watch 4 Classic. I've had it for around a month now, I've been using it daily, so I've managed to spend some good quality time with it. First impressions have been pretty good, except there are a few things that I feel fall short of my expectations, and I will talk about those throughout the video. But I want to start this video off by talking about Wear OS. Now, the Galaxy Watch 4 running Wear OS, much to my surprise, actually isn't all that bad. Samsung and Google's new baby is definitely going through its terrible twos though at the moment. Many issues are being brought to my attention, many of which relate to compatibility. A lot of us are getting messages saying device not compatible with watch faces and apps. There are a few ways around this, but it's all a bit of a faff. Then there's the Play Store, nowhere near as clear and as simple as the Galaxy Store was for finding watch faces. Never thought I'd miss the Galaxy Store, but I do now for sure. That all being said, I have no doubt that these are all issues that will be resolved in the coming months. It's just something that tends to happen with new operating systems and software, so we just have to be a little bit patient and no doubt a bit hopeful. That all being said though, Wear OS has brought some really nice apps to the Galaxy Watch 4. Google Maps is just one of those apps and it is a great addition to your smartwatch. Then the watch face customization menus seem to be a little bit better on the Galaxy Watch 4. Previously you had to keep tapping to cycle through third-party watch face color options. Now you can press and hold like you would on a default Galaxy Watch. So yes, very subtle improvements overall, but personally I think Wear OS works really well, and alongside One UI, it doesn't feel all that different to Tizen anyway. I'm a fan of the way the new app tray has been redesigned. I also like the new animations and tiles that have been added to the Watch 4, but as I said, at its heart, it's definitely still a Galaxy Watch. Now, there are a few other things that Wear OS has supposedly brought to the Galaxy Watch 4, those being performance gains and battery life improvement. The Galaxy Watch 4 sports Samsung's own Exynos W920 chipset and 1.5GB of RAM, plenty of power for a smartwatch. It handles multiple apps including Google Maps without any obvious hits to performance. And whilst the speed isn't as noticeable compared to say a smartphone, it is noticeable when compared to other smartwatches, even the previous generations of Galaxy Watch. So in the smartwatch field, it's feeling pretty future-proof. Along with the upgraded processor, we also have 16GB of onboard storage, but you will find that almost half of that is taken up by the OS and pre-installed apps, leaving you with just over 8GB of storage to do what you want with, which I'm sure many of you will be displeased about, but I don't imagine you'll be storing much on this smartwatch anyway. Now, battery life has been a hot topic through several generations of the Galaxy Watch and indeed the Gear series. The Galaxy Watch 3 was very much a disappointment in that category. With that in mind though, I'm seeing improvements. I'm getting at least 1.5 days out of it, which does line up with Samsung's claims. Importantly though, I'm not trying too hard. I haven't had to turn off any crucial features. I've got it working just how I like it, without compromising too much, if at all. It really does depend on how you want to use your Galaxy Watch 4 though, and how long you spend fiddling around with the screen. Some of these gains are due to the optimization that comes with a move to Wear OS, as well as a more efficient processor. If 1.5 days isn't quite enough for you, there are several features you can adjust to maximize your Galaxy Watch 4's battery life. And I do have a video on that live on the channel now, so do check that out after the video. When it comes to tracking features, the Galaxy Watch 4 Classic appears to have an edge on a lot of its competitors. It features automatic workout detection, ECG, blood pressure, heart rate, sleep, SpO2 and much more. It's jam-packed with tracking features, and when you consider just how much this watch is keeping an eye on all the time, you can kind of forgive it for its shortcomings in battery life. I'm yet to do a full test of the accuracy of the Galaxy Watch 4, and I will be comparing it to the Galaxy Watch 3 in an upcoming video, so do look out for that. Now, one feature we did miss off the list is Samsung's flagship health feature, which appears to be a first for smartwatches. Call me out if I'm wrong, but that is the body composition analysis tool. The stats you'll get from this include body fat percentage score, skeletal muscle, fat mass, body water, and BMI. It'll also give you a rough idea of the healthy range for your sex, weight, and height. This, alongside with all the rest of the data the Galaxy Watch 4 collects could actually lead to some life-changing and indeed life-saving improvements to your health, and I have to say that's quite special to have on your wrist. Now, before we decide on whether or not the Galaxy Watch 4 Classic is a worthy upgrade, I want to circle back to the design. Comparing the design of the Galaxy Watch 4 Classic to the Galaxy Watch 3, honestly, I like both for different reasons. I do prefer the look of the Galaxy Watch 3, it looked a little bit more classic. The Galaxy Watch 4 looks a little too sporty for my liking. Of course, the buttons on the side changed for a practical reason, which was to allow for Samsung's BIA feature. So Samsung can possibly be forgiven for that, but it still doesn't mean it looks any better. The display, however, is actually slightly larger and the watch feels a little bit more sleek on the wrist, so I'm very happy about those two things. It is a shame that we didn't get the leather strap with it this time though. Overall, despite a couple of things I wouldn't have minded from the Galaxy Watch 3, the Galaxy Watch 4 Classic does look the part. Its stainless steel body feels great, feels very durable and like a normal watch, to be honest. Like its predecessors, it is of course waterproof and dustproof with a rating of IP68 and 5 ATM+, so unless you're intending on going swimming in a volcano, it's likely going to handle pretty much any activities you throw at it. Lastly, I do want to mention that the screen brightness and vibrance has improved significantly from the last version. I do think a bigger, brighter display is something that keen athletes and indeed your average Joe will appreciate here. It's just much easier to read on the go and makes for an all-round better experience. So the big question, should you buy a Galaxy Watch 4 or Galaxy Watch 4 Classic now? Well, it very much depends on your position. I will start off with some ugly truths about the Galaxy Watch 4 though. First being, iPhone users, forget it. Samsung have dropped support for the Galaxy Watch 4 for Apple users. Perhaps this was a bit of a middle finger to Apple, but I can only really see this affecting consumers like you or I. Apple support was something that Samsung always had over the Apple Watch, since the Apple Watch has never been compatible with Android devices. Next ugly truth, Android users using any other smartphone than a Samsung phone will lose some health tracking features. Again, feels a bit strange that this is a thing at the moment. Maybe Samsung are trying to get people to move over to its own ecosystem and take on a more Apple-like approach to its marketing. Not sure how that will go down, so do watch this space. Next, ugly truth if you like, in reality, although the Galaxy Watch 4 does bring some great improvements to the table, for the average user it hasn't really brought any new game-changing features. The BIA feature is big, don't get me wrong, but it's still not something that would warrant upgrading from a first gen Galaxy Watch or even a Galaxy Watch 3 if you're tight on cash at the moment, so some food for thought for you there. Overall though, my opinion is that this is a fantastic smartwatch, one that you really can't go wrong with, especially if you're already invested into the Samsung ecosystem. The improved battery life and noticeable performance gains are very much welcomed coming from the Galaxy Watch 3, and Wear OS is a refreshing change from Tizen, with One UI helping to make that transition seamless and simple for those of you who've used Tizen watches in the past. Design could be a little bit more exciting, and when technology allows, despite welcomed improvements, additional battery life would not go amiss. So that was a quick look at the Galaxy Watch 4 Classic 46mm LTE version. As always, let me know down below what you thought of the Galaxy Watch 4. Let me know if you're new to smartwatches, thinking of upgrading, or if you're absolutely hating the Galaxy Watch 4. As always, on your way out, if you could quickly leave a cheeky like, subscribe to the channel if you're new around here, and also consider joining the Discord server, that would be awesome. For now though, I've been Alex, this has been Tech It Easy, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.